From Yellow Waters, it was back up to the edge of the Arnhem Plateau in the D-Max and MUX to see one of the least kept secrets in the park, Gunlom. If you've ever gotten a postcard from Kakadu, odds are it featured a picture from the top of this waterfall, where rock pools cascade into one another before dropping off a 500-foot precipice.
Mate, I tell you what, this fall, I've seen it in about 1 million pictures. It actually has a heck of a lot of hype to live up to when we get here.
Yeah, you see it everywhere, don't you? It's very popular. I'm pretty keen to see what it's got to offer, that's for sure.
You looking forward to a swim out here, mate?
With this humidity, I cannot wait, but I've heard the walk up there is a little bit challenging, to say the least.
That's all right, you're a big boy.
The campground at the base of the falls is about 40 kilometers off the highway, so it's a good idea to set up a base here to have time to appreciate Gunlom properly. The creek that feeds Gunlom has the obvious sounding name of Waterfall Creek. This spot was actually featured in the Crocodile Dundee film as well, which has no doubt helped to take the lid off of it as a must-visit destination in the top end. I keep suspecting I'll get jaded, traveling from waterfall to waterfall in my air-conditioned Isuzu, fishing in untouched waters, swimming most evenings in natural swimming pools. But Kakadu has a way of surprising you with every turn, of forcing the colors to seem brighter at each spot. Maybe each swim in these waters cleanses the senses, in a way, washing off expectation, preparing you for the next assault. The base of Gunlom Falls is a wide, croc-free pool that's often crowded in the middle of the dry.
I'm standing in the plunge pool of Gunlom Falls, probably the most famous waterfall in Australia, if not the world. There's a lot of international travelers that make their way here every year, and it's pretty easy to see why. This is an absolute miniature paradise right in the middle of Kakadu. The creek that actually feeds this is aptly named Waterfall Creek, and it runs over that escarpment behind me into this beautiful plunge pool and then further down into the park. You can swim in here, maybe share it with a few freshies, but I reckon this is the perfect spot to while away an afternoon.
Again on this trip, I'm pretty tempted to just throw up a permanent camp here and stay for a few weeks, exploring every angle of this spot in every light. Climbing up to the top of Gunlom is a humbling experience. You kind of have to admit that all of those photos of this place don't do it any justice at all.
I've seen plenty of million-dollar views in my adventures, but this place is absolutely blowing everything out of the water. This is the top of Gunlom Falls, little splash pool here at the top, and it's like an infinity pool. Runs right to the edge of the cliff and then just drops off. At the top here, you can have a nice refreshing swim after what is a heck of a hike to get here. Nice, clean, clear, cool water. One of the best views I've ever seen. I don't think $1 million does this place justice.
We were really lucky that the hike down is a bit treacherous in the dark, because we ended up with the place to ourselves for the entire sunset. I think I spent the next hour shooting continuously. It isn't often that you find yourself half a kilometer in the sky, a reflecting pool, and a smoky sunset at your sole disposal. I'm pretty sure I got a few of my own postcard shots here. No worries.
It doesn't matter how you travel Australia's outback, there's one thing I reckon you cannot leave home without, and that is driving lights. Whether or not you spend hours after dark cruising on the highways, contending with kangaroos, wombats, camels, and everything else that's out there, or you spent too long down at the beach having a swim and a fish, and you got to come back up some sandy tracks in the dark, nothing really replaces some good aftermarket lights on your truck. I really prefer to run LEDs on shadow here. I find they give me the perfect balance of good reach for highway driving and a good spread of bright white light so that I can see what's in front of me when I'm off the road on the tracks. I'm actually running two here, so up on the front is just a flood. Now flood LEDs are awesome. They really light up the track and define all the features of the track. So you're never surprised when you're running after dark back to camp. And the one on the roof has a split between spots and spreads. And that actually gives me extra reach down the highway when I need it, or just a little bit more light around the car. And I've got these guys switched independently as well, so I can really change that to suit exactly what I need at the moment. But the important thing is heading out there, being prepared, and traveling safe with plenty of light.